Hello, this is Katie, and today I'm going to be making a earring, or the other one to this pair of earrings, to match the necklace that I've previously made. So this video is already on, sort of how to create this whole section, how to create using French wire, how to attach a clasp, really basic beading, classic beading techniques. And it's been really nice just to go back to basics and just go for that beading, incorporating different elements and things like that. So it's been nice, and so I thought I'd just come back and make a pair of earrings. I've just kept them really nice and simple, but I wanted to involve the chain aspects that we used on the previous video. So we've got little pieces of chain, we've got chain at the back of the neckline as well, so I've just incorporated some chain into it here. So this is the finished earring. You can see how I've used the chain. So I've not used it sort of dangling, I've used it as sort of threading it through. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to make this really nice simple earring. So I'm calling, this is my Elegance, my Summer Elegance necklace. So these are my Summer Elegance earrings. So for this, I'm just using really basic tools. So I've got some chain nose pliers, some flush cutters, and some round nose pliers. I've obviously used one already. Some headpins, you can use whatever length you like as long as it'll fit your design onto it. I've got one of my Prehnite cubes, so these are approximately 5mm cubes. I've got a little bead here, so this is kind of an oval shaped bead, and it is, believe it's 5 by 3.5 is that one. I've got a little length of chain. Now it's up to you if you could add more of this and make it more elongated, but as long as you've got an odd number of links, it will be absolutely fine. And then I've got my pre-made ear wire as well. So just a little note, all of the ingredients for this design were made using the Relax and Craft subscription box, the details for which are down below. It's different every month, so you wouldn't get this one, but it's amazing value for money, and you get lots and lots of inspiration as well. So yeah, just check out down below if you're interested in some more jewellery making goodies. So let's just move those out of the way slightly. Oh, I also made a little bracelet. So that is basically threading using the same techniques as we used on the previous video for using your French wire, and I added a little charm. So let's get on with and make this other earring. So let's just move all our little components to one side. So I've got my head pin. It's a flat-headed head pin, so we don't see the actual ball of the head pin at the end, but you can use any type of head pin you like. I'm going to pop on my Prehnite like so. Let's just zoom in a little bit here. So we've popped on my Prehnite. Now I'm going to add my chain. So when I add my chain, what I want to do is I want to go through every other link. So I'm going to go through the first link, then I'm going to come back and go through the third link. And you see that extra link is kind of stuck out to one side. And then we're just going to go backwards and forwards, going through every other link, which is very fiddly to do on camera, I've just figured out. So I'm trying to look at the screen and keep it in there for you as well. So we need to go through this one. Whoops. Sorry, it's very hard to keep it on screen while I'm trying to do something so fiddly. So we've just wiggled this through. I've just got one more link to go through. So I've got all of those on, and then when you pop them down, they kind of scrunch together, but then those extra little links kind of stick out and make a little extra bit of design on there. So I just thought it made it that little bit more interesting looking, and you've got the chain element to that as well. And I pop my little gold bead on, and then it matches my previous design. So now what I want to do is I want to make sure everything's kind of well down. I don't want any gaps or anything. I want to hold everything down. And then I just want to put my pliers almost right up to the very end. I can just kind of fit the width of my fingernail in there. And then I want to kick it away. So I've just made that little angle away from it. And that means that just leaving that little bit of room just meant that I could pull it all the way away. So it kept the distance correct, so that I'm not kind of moving the design over to one side. So now I'm going to cut this. Now, if you were making a pair of earrings, you would make them both at the same time and make sure these are perfectly the same length. Obviously, I've made one before. So you're going to take this, so you've got kind of just under 1 centimetre. You will make sure that yours are the same each. So I've just got just under 1 centimetre left on there, and I flush cut it, so that means I've used the flush side of my pliers, the flat side of my pliers closest to the work I'm keeping. Now I'm going to move over and use my round nose pliers. So I'm going to go down just a little bit on my round nose pliers because it's going to be quite a small hoop. I want to make sure that I can't really feel it on this side of the pliers. I'm just going to pull that down a little bit more, and then I just want to start rolling it. So I'm going to start rolling it, and I've gone as far as I can with my wrist, and now I'm just going to take that out and reposition and just roll it down. Don't try and kind of do this and go all the way around with your arm like this. Make it comfortable for yourself, and then you'll just find that it will roll and make a little loop on the top. Now what a lot of people do is they just cut it and roll it down, and then they end up with a loop that looks more like a pea than a lollipop. You want your loop to sit on top of your design, not out to the side, because if you didn't bend that away, your little loop would be kind of sat more to one side. So that's really important that you do actually bend that away first and then roll it back. Okay, so that's our design made. All we need to do is pop it onto our earring finding. So earring findings, we can see we've got a lovely design. We've got that little feature on it there, and we can see where it opens here. So what I want to do is I want to hold on. I don't want any of those beads to try and come off, but what I want to do is open that up. So I'm just kind of supporting it on the other side, and I'm just going to open up that like a little door. Don't pull it outwards, because you want to be able to push it back so it goes back into position. If you pull it outwards, you're going to strain that metal, and it's not going to be very easy to get back into position, and it's almost always going to be misformed. So now I've just popped my little design onto there, and now I can hold on to that side of my ear wire again, and I can close that up and pushing it back towards, and just make sure it's as close as it possibly can be. Give it a wiggle. You can kind of feel it touch the metal as well. So there we are, really nice and simple. These cute little pair of earrings, which I will be wearing with that necklace. I actually wore that necklace all day yesterday. It's very, very comfortable to wear, and it sat really nicely with the length and everything. So yeah, take a look at that video, see if you want to make that. It does look really good. They look really great together. So this is the previous video. So all these things move on this hoop, but when they're worn, they lay really nicely on the neckline, and these kind of sit more like so. So there you go. And also I made the matching bracelet. There is no video for that. It's just threading and then using the techniques that I did in this video for making these little loops to attach using your French wire. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I've got lots and lots of more videos coming. I've got so many ideas in my head. I need to get on and get them made, because you're all waiting for them. So I will see you again soon. Don't forget, all the ingredients came from the Relax and Craft subscription box. The details are below, and take care.